what's up? So today I have a review for you all. I'm going to be reviewing the Urban Decay Vice palette, kind of going over all the colors, the packaging, what I think about it, if I think it's for everyone, just everything. Yeah, I recently just got this probably about like a week ago, and I'm actually really happy with it. It comes in this really nice like matte rubberized case, which is kind of like the NARS packaging, which attracts a lot of fingerprints, and it's really hard for me to clean because I don't know how to clean this. So if you guys know a way to clean this type of like casing, let me know in the comments below because it'd be much appreciated. But it has this like crystallized UD on it, which I love. This was also in the Naked palette, like how it's crystally. Then it just says the Vice palette. And then you open it up, there's like a little button right here, and you open it up and it just like, how beautiful is that? I love it. It comes with a really big good size mirror, and I like the packaging because you can kind of sit it on your desk or if you're doing your makeup, and there's just a good size mirror there right in front of you, right at eye level. It's not something that you have to hold or anything. You can just sit it on your desk, which is good for me because I do my makeup at work a lot because I like to sleep in when I open in the morning, and I have the chance to do my makeup because I guess I'm just lucky like that with my job. But yeah, I really like this. And then it comes with 20 shades. The first row is neutrals, and then the two middle rows are more of like colored, and then the last row is more of like, again, neutrals, but these are more lighter neutrals. This retails for about $59. You can get this at Sephora or Ulta or on the Urban Decay website. I think with tax it came out to be like around a little bit less than $65. I want to say it was like between $64 and $63 for me, which, I mean, for 20 eyeshadows, it's not that bad. Urban Decay eyeshadows usually are like $18, $19, and this little pack right here, it has 20 eyeshadows in it, so you get each eyeshadow for $3. It does have a little bit less than one full eyeshadow in it. It's 0.8 grams, and I think their eyeshadows are like 1 gram or like 1.2 or something like that, so you do get a little bit less of eyeshadow. But I mean, for $3 in eyeshadow at Urban Decay quality, that is a really good deal. If you know me, you know that I love Urban Decay palettes. Probably one of my favorite things to buy. I haven't been really impressed with them recently. I know the Smoked palette came out, and it's just, I have to find something that I think I will use a lot personally. And I mean, if you are more like you never wear colors, I really wouldn't recommend this for you, but I like colored looks. I don't wear them on a daily basis, but I do like playing around with colors, and I don't know, I like colors. I think they're fun, and this palette, like, I am most impressed with like the colored eyeshadows in this. I think it comes with a whole lot of good colors, and I was really excited about it because this palette really reminds me of my 15th anniversary palette, which I love to death. This just has more fun colors in it, so I'm like, yay! I wouldn't recommend this if you have like every book of shadow, or if you have more than maybe like, I want to say like 4 Urban Decay palettes. I probably wouldn't recommend this because you'll probably get some colors that that you already have. And I know this is like 20 exclusive colors because supposedly you can only get these colors in this palette. I'm sure they'll be released later down the road. It really wouldn't surprise me. But yeah, I mean, some of these colors are kind of like dupable for other shades in like the Urban Decay or the Naked palette. So you don't really need this palette if you have those. I think if you are going to get an Urban Decay palette and it's like your first one, I really would recommend this one just because you do get a lot of colors in it as well. Yeah, if you guys want to see some swatches and stuff of this palette, then just keep on watching. So the first color that I have is Desperation, which is a satin finish gray. This gray has a lot of brown undertones in it, and it's just a really nice, I would say, like a blending color for like a really dark smoky eye, or I mean even like a liner color, just because it's a satin finish and it doesn't have a bunch of chunky glitter in it, which is really nice. Yeah, I really like this color. I haven't played around with it too much yet. I've just been kind of going for the neutrals or the bright blues in this palette, but I really like this color. I think it has great pigmentation, it's really creamy, and I love it. Next color that I have is Muse, which is a super rich, creamy, like super creamy, like creamy, let me tell you, chocolate brown. This color does have a little bit of sparkle to it. It's not like chunky glitter, but there is, it's a shimmer shadow, and it kind of has like this reddish hue to it, if you will. It also has kind of like reddish sparkle in it, so it's definitely a very warm brown. I think this would be a great color if you wanted to do kind of like a golden orange type of look. Something a little bit like a warmer smoky eye, that would also be really pretty with this color. The next color in the palette is Jagged, which this color, it's the one that disappointed me the most. It's very sheer. It looks really beautiful in the pan. I'll show you guys kind of it in the pan. That's it right there. It's really beautiful in the pan. I wish it would come across that way as a swatch and on my eye, but what it is, it's a very dark bronze color with tons of gold and black like sparkle or glitter in it. I think this color would be really pretty if it was pigmented, but it's not, which kind of sucks. There's a couple of these shades in the palette that aren't very pigmented, but you know, it's kind of give or take, you know. If it's something that you like the other colors in the palette a lot, maybe it's worth investing for you, maybe not. I'm really disappointed in this color. I just wish it was a lot more creamy and pigmented. Even if it did have a lot of fallout, I just wish it was more pigmented, to be honest with you. So yeah, that's Jagged. Next color I have is Blitz, which could be one of the creamiest colors in the palette. It's like a metallic gold. It has a bunch of yellow in it. It's like a really metallic yellow gold. I love this color. I think it's so beautiful. I can't wait for the summertime where I just can wear this color like all the time. I think it's going to be a staple for me. So yeah, that is Blitz. Next color that I have is Penny Lane, which is, again, it's a metallic, but not as metallic as the last color I showed you. But it has a super like metallic finish, and it's like an orangey copper color. I think this color is, again, super beautiful, great for summertime. Penny Lane would be a great color to pair with Muse. I think, again, it's a really pretty copper color. Don't really have a color like this in my collection personally, so I really enjoy this color. Next color that I have is Junkie, and this is like it's like a teal with gold shimmer in it. In the pan, it kind of looks like a tealy green color, more leaning on the greeny side with tons of gold shimmer in it. The gold shimmer doesn't come across that shimmery when you swatch it, but I think if you put a little bit of a gold base underneath, the gold will kind of shine through. I think this color is so beautiful. It's probably one of my favorite colors in the palette. Not my most favorite, but it's one of them. Next color I have is Chaos, which I was really excited for. It's a super neon cobalt blue. It's matte, so it doesn't come across when you swatch it that pigmented. I think it's because it is a matte and it's such like a neon color, but if you put milk under this color will just pop like no other. I think it's really beautiful once again. So that is Chaos, super bright cobalty blue. Next color is Occupy, and this is like a steel blue gray with gold shimmer in it. This color really reminds me of Gunmetal from the Naked palette, the first one, and I mean, it's a nice color if you're wanting to do kind of like a gray eye, or if you're getting some blues, it would just be kind of like a little bit more of a neutral color to add to it. But it does have a lot of shimmer in it. It's not the most pigmented in the palette, but it's definitely not the worst. It's just kind of like a middle ground palette for me. It didn't really surprise me, or I'm like not oohing and awing over it, but it is a nice color. Next color that I have is Unhinged, and this is a super metallic turquoise. It is such a beautiful color. It's right here, and I am really excited to use this color because I think it's freaking gorgeous. I love it so much. It's nice and creamy, really well pigmented. Again, I don't have a turquoise like this in my collection, and I think this would be, again, a really nice blue to add. I said before in the video, I'm really impressed with the blues in this palette. I really like them. So this is Unhinged. Next color that I have is Black Market, which is a satin finish black. Now, I will say I like this color more than Blackout. Blackout is a matte color, but I think this satin finish, it glides on so much easier, and it's just a lot more like black. It's just so much richer in color, and I really like this color. I think it's beautiful, and I hope you guys love that color too, because this is definitely a great black to have. I don't have any satin finish blacks. They're all matte, so I really like this color. Yeah, I think this is probably going to be my new favorite black. I love it. Next color that I have is Provocateur, which is like a taupey pink color. This color really reminds me of like the Midnight Cowboy Rodeo type of colors Urban Decay used to have like a year back. Super chunky, super glittery. It has a lot of pink in it. I think this color is a really pretty color, but it's kind of hard to work with. Tons and tons of fallout with this color. Probably right below Junkie as like the second worst color in the palette, in my opinion. It is a really beautiful color. It does swatch nicely. Applying it to your eye, it's just, you have to really pack it on, and there's a lot of fallout with it, which I was pretty disappointed with it, but it is workable. You can use this color. It's not completely hopeless, but it is a little bit hard to work with, and I think the color is really beautiful, but it just sucks that it's so hard to work with. This color is Rapture, which is a really nice kind of like purple color. It does have a little bit of like a gray undertone to it. I've been wearing this color pretty much every day. I'm actually wearing it right now as well. I just really love this purple. It's like kind of like, you can tell it's like a bright purple, but it looks a little bit more neutralized than just like super bright purple like the color I'm about to show you. But yeah, I think this color is really beautiful. I think you can definitely wear this every day. I've been wearing it every day, and I don't know, I think this color is really nice. Next color that I have is Vice, which I guess this is the most important color in the palette because that's what the whole palette was named after. But it's this super bright purple. It's like a satin finish, and it kind of has like a little bit of an iridescent to it. I really love this color. A lot more bright and purple than Rapture, if you can kind of tell them side by side. Yeah, I think I love purples. I think purples are awesome, and they go with pretty much any eye color, which is really great as well. Yeah, I'm a huge fan of purple, so more purples in my collection, the better. But that is Vice. Next color that I have is called Noise, and this is a super hot pink. It's definitely not the most pigmented color in the palette. It isn't the creamiest either, but it is a decent consistency. It is pretty workable. I mean, it's not like anything crazy, but the quality of the eyeshadow isn't like what I usually expect from Urban Decay. It does have some like gold like glitter in it. It doesn't like have a ton of fallout, but there's definitely some gold glitter in that. But it's just a super hot pink. Yeah, it's kind of like Junk Show, but without like the purple iridescence to it. So yeah, that is Noise. Next color I have is Armor, which is nice gray. This color reminds me of the first color in the palette that I showed you all earlier called Desperation, but this one just has a lot more of like shimmer in it. Again, really beautiful color. It just has a lot more shimmer in it, and it's a lot more kind of like icier in color, but it's still kind of like that same like middle ground of gray brown. So I think this color, again, really beautiful, creamy, nicely pigmented. Good job on that color, Urban Decay. Okay, next color that I have is Nevermind, which is a really nice taupe. I've been wearing this color a whole lot as well. It's kind of like a golden taupe color. Yeah, I think this color is really pretty. It's definitely a shimmer. It's just really beautiful on the eyes, and I really like it. And then the next color that I have is called Echo Beach, and this is starting to become one of my favorite highlight colors. It's like a really light beige with shimmer. It's not super reflective like most highlight colors, which I really like. It just kind of opens up your eyes a little bit, and it doesn't look too much like you don't have this crazy inner corner highlight color. It looks a little bit more natural, and it just really you look awake with it. I think this is a really beautiful highlight color. It is kind of like the same color as my skin, so I think that's why I like it so much, because it just blends into my skin really nicely. But that is Echo Beach. I think that could be one of my like most favorite colors in the palette. Next color that I have is Anonymous, and this is like a matte, buttery, kind of like creamy pink color. It has like the slightest bit of pink undertone. Really nice for underneath the brow, or just like a super subtle highlight, or even just across the lid. It's just a nice matte color. I'm glad they threw this in, because with the other Urban Decay palettes, there isn't really a bunch of good matte highlight shades. I feel like this is a color that I want Foxy to be, like how the consistency is. So that's Anonymous. Next color that I have is Freebird, and this is probably the third worst color in the palette. It's just not very pigmented. There's a little bit of fallout with it, but not anything too crazy. I wish this color was just, it's a little bit too sheer for my liking. You definitely really have to pack it on to kind of get a good color payoff from it. It is workable though. It's kind of like a light pink with like golden shimmer in it. It's definitely more of like a glitter eyeshadow. I do think this color is still really beautiful. I just wish the payoff was a little bit better. Then the last color I have is Laced, and this is kind of like a matte, kind of like mid-tone brown blending color, more of like light mid-tone brown. Again, this color is super beautiful. I've been wearing this all the time. I think this is like how I want like tees to be. It reminds me of Naked a little bit, but just not as yellow in tone, not as like warm in tone, I should say, I guess. But yeah, this is a really beautiful color as well. Love how they added that matte into it, kind of like pulls everything together. It's just a good blending color that can go with any look. So yeah, that is everything from the Urban Decay Vice palette. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial, or this review. I hope you guys enjoyed this review. It's probably going to be super long, so I'll try and like edit this and chop it up as much as possible. Yeah, again, if you guys have any requests, please leave them in the comments below and I'll make sure to do them. I'm going to be doing a couple of tutorials with this palette as well, so stay tuned for that. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll talk to y'all later. Bye!